Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are preparing for the CIMA SCS exam for Feb 26, you are in the right place. This is our third part of the CIMA Cewmlator SCS pre-scene exam analysis. In the previous sessions, we covered your role as a finance manager, company's history, their vision, their product types, warranty, operations, their board composition, financial performance, type of EVs, and risks associated. And today in part 3, we will be covering again like sustainability, battery recycling dilemma, SWOT, strategic issues, and many more. Let's dive into it. Sustainability. Here is a sustainability paradox here. BV manufacturing creates more emissions than ICE car manufacturing. Why? It's because of the battery. Battery production accounts for 45% of total EV manufacturing emission. But look at the improvements here. CO2 emissions intensity, 226.3 tons per $1 million revenue. Now it is down from 254.4. That's an 11% improvement. Manufacturing waste intensity, 30.6 tons per $1 million. Is again down from 32.4, around 6% improvement. The board receives sustainability reports at each meeting showing this is strategic priority. Now let's talk about the battery recycling. Battery recycling again is a major dilemma here, major challenge here. Remember, batteries are 45% of EV emissions. And there are two methods, but both are problematic. Method 1 is a pyrometallurgy, where heat batteries to 1600 degrees Celsius, which recovers nickel and cobalt. But it destroys lithiums and uses a high energy. Method 2 is hydrometallurgy, which crushes the batteries and uses chemical solvents. It recovers lithium but uses toxic chemicals with disposal problems. Neither is ideal. Cewmlator's response: design batteries for longevity, use fewer scarce resources, and improve recyclability. This will definitely come up in the exam question about CSR and environmental strategy. Please make a note of it. Now let's talk about the SWOT analysis very quickly. When we analyze the Cewmlator strategic position using SWOT, we'll come across the strengths, pure BEV focus and no distraction. Top 3 for the range in this segment: strong quality and innovation reputation, industry leading 8-year warranty. That's a strength. But there are weaknesses: higher prices than ICE cars, range anxiety is still there, heavy reliance on lithium supply, public charging infrastructure gap. What are the opportunities? Battery costs are falling, right? And this improves competitiveness. Government policy favors EVs. Market share can grow as EVs reach 25% of sales. Technology advance in range and charging, but there are still threats. Intense competition from Atom and Dilson. Government policies could shift, right? And supply chain shocks, especially lithium. Currency volatility across global operations. Please remember that whenever you do the SWOT analysis, make a mental map of the risks which we have discussed in the previous session. Please have a look on the risk and map those risks with the SWOT analysis as well. 5 strategic issues to prepare for in the exam. Should Cewmlator stay BEV only or add PHEV to counter Dilson? And that's a high priority requirement because strategic choice between maintaining the BEV, which is a niche purity right now, versus chasing broader market volume, which is PHEV as of now, to compete with Dilson. How to advance battery sustainability? That's a core mission. Improving the life cycle impact, sourcing material ethically, or extending the battery life and solving for the recycling challenge. It's a pure core mission, innovation. So that is also a strategic issue to prepare for the examination. The third one is a market expansion into the new regions versus deepening share in the existing markets, which is again classical example for the growth strategy. Cewmlator has to decide either they have to enter into the geographical territories or increase the penetration in existing Duxland and the key international markets. The next strategic issue which we need to prepare for in the exam is to how to optimize the cost quality price balance as competition intensifies. So this is a question of finance basically. How will we managing the margins while defending against the price wars from the larger competitors like Atom? How can we preserve our premium quality perception? And how can we optimize the cost quality price balance? That's again a matter of finance question. Last but not the least strategic issue which you need to prepare for the exam is strengthening the supply chain resilience, especially for lithium and the key components. So this is a question of the risk, right? Eastland, remember Eastland, whenever we talk about batteries, let's talk about that. Exam technique, when answering the strategic question, avoid simply listing down the benefits or disadvantages or pros and cons. Instead, evaluate all the options against the missions and the values. Consider the financial feasibility. Remember the fact that debt is right now 20 billion. So that you need to understand, and also make sure to assess the impact on the right stakeholders. There will always be a strategic tension within the examination about a question, whether it's a BEV only versus the diversification. So Cewmlator has to decide on those sort of questions, and you as a finance manager need to take decision for Cewmlator. How do you answer like a senior finance manager within the examination center? 1. Adopt a board level perspective. Think long term and strategic impact. 2. Quantify everything. Use KPIs, margins, returns. Justify with data. 3. Balance stakeholders. Investors, customers, regulators, environmentalists, employees, etc. Please think from all of those perspectives. 4. Apply risk-return discipline. Identify the risks, evaluate them, and propose the controls. 5. Structure your answers, analysis, options, evaluation, recommendation with implementation steps. So this is your golden structure: analysis, options, evaluation, and recommendations with implementation. This is how you demonstrate your thinking at the right level. Expect questions across 8 themes. First one, strategic choices. BEV only versus PHEV. Market entry decisions, remember. Vertical integration, remember. BEV versus HEV. That's your priority one. Second is a financial analysis. Performance versus Atom. Investment appraisal. Ratio analysis. So this is your core. Third one is a risk management, which is very critical, where you will encounter maybe supply chain, currency, and the governance policy. Fourth one, Sustainability and the CSR should be your focus area. Battery life cycle will be one of them. Emission, and then reporting. Operations like factory footprints, capacity planning, and the quality control, etc. is part of your operations. Marketing and sales, dealership strategy, and the brand positioning, etc. will be also part of your expected question theme. And next one is innovation and R&D, where you can list down the technology roadmap, R&D spend, and the spend prioritizations. Governance, maybe board composition and committee effectiveness, ethics, and CIMA ethics and policy, etc. So you can expect those kind of questions and prepare case example for each of those themes. Memory technique, which I have been telling you in the previous slides as well. Let's look in those memory techniques. 3, 4, 2, 5, 6. What does that mean? That means 3 competitors, 4 models, 2 Duxland factories, but 6 in total. 5 vehicles type, 6 principal risks. Say it with me. 3, 4, 2, 5, 6. Second one, 40, 10, 5, 3 means revenue roughly 40 billion, gross profit 10 billion, operating profit 5 billion, and net profit 3 billion. 40, 10, 5, 3. TTTS, tiny 143 kilometers, trap 254, Twistex 375, Scotch 400 with 3.1 second acceleration. TTTS. Sleepkos, board members. Suran, legal experts, Edwin and economist Suhas, Professor Anna and Slim, Kei Uzma, Stella, Sleepkos. 8-8-20, 8 years, 160 kilometers, 20% battery degradation threshold, and that gives you 8-8-20 mental map. Practice these daily until they are automatic to you. Here's your final study checklist. Must know code, all 4 models with ranges, all 6 factories and what they produce, all 9 board members with their backgrounds, 2025 financials, market share, all 6 risks with mitigations, warranty, 8 years, 160 kilometers and 20%, and the distribution of 4600 dealership. You must understand concepts and context. You need to understand the difference between BEV, HEV, PHEV and MHEV, and charging infrastructure economics. Sustainability challenges. You must be able to apply skills like calculate and interpret the financial ratios like ROC, gearing under exam pressure, etc. Compare the Cewmlator's performance to the competitors like Atom's financials, and the craft the recommendation at the board level so that your answers look like some senior finance manager has recommended and not only the student. And there you have it, everything you need to know about Cewmlator for your CIMA Strategic Case Study exam. This is a growth story, a pure BEV manufacturer navigating the transition from ICE to electric vehicles. Cewmlator has strong financial performance, clear strategic positioning and industry-leading products, but they still face challenges around sustainability, competition, supply chain and also infrastructure. Your job in the exam to demonstrate strategic thinking, financial acumen and the ability to balance multiple stakeholders' interest while advising the board. Your exam mantra: be strategic, be quantitative and be balanced. Your action plan is to review those mnemonics which I told you before on daily basis, like 34256, 401053, TTTS, 8820. Practice writing timed answers using the analysis, options, evaluation, recommendation structure which I told you in the previous slide. Use data in every recommendation because numbers will give you the credibility. Remember, the examiner wants to see applied knowledge. Don't just recite the facts, but analyze, evaluate, and recommend with the business justification. You got it? Good luck with your exam preparation. If this video helped you, please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more CIMA exam content. Drop your questions in the comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. See you in the next video. Thank you.